SMH Podcast. I'm your host, Bushido Spirit. In here we have Cool Lelouch.
What's good?
And Mo.
Yo, what's up?
We were reviewing Batman vs. Superman, the greatest film to come out this year. I was going to say season.
Watching too much damn anime.
I know, right? This year, the Gladiator event. The greatest fighters of all time. I don't know why he said that in the film, because it's like a Batman.
Day versus night.
I know, right?
Son of Krypton
I've
versus
seen Man
Bat
of
of
Steel
Gotham.
fall in the Dark Knight. What was that line, Mo?
I was like...
It was like, I don't know, he said, what, you talk about in the CW shows?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, they said, I've seen Man of Steel rise or something like that. Bats or something. I can't remember what that line was. But I know that nigga Lex said, Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham. I don't know why that nigga didn't just call him the Dark Knight. That nigga had to pull out that special shit.
I know that nigga promote, like, he promoting teams and shit. Like, Bat of Gotham.
Monday.
I was like, man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. But we gonna go through our overall experience of the film. We're gonna start off with first our expectations. What did you expect from this film, seeing all the trailers and stuff? We're gonna start with you, Mo.
I mean, first, like, based off, like, the trailers, or, like, what I wanted to see from this film. Like, you're saying, like, what did I want this film to be, or what did I see from the trailer? Okay. What I wanted this film to be was the best goddamn superhero film of all time. What I got was, what I got... No, I mean, from the trailers.
Oh, okay. Let's go say
All right. What I got from the trailers was, It was really cool visuals, man. Like I definitely realized that this was I definitely saw what Zack Snyder does best. Like I saw like really cool scenes directly from the comics. Like there's this one like scene where Batman's on the grappling hook, and it's just like it's legit the cover from The Dark Knight Returns and everything. And it was just really cool visual, like back to back. It was just really nice. I really liked how it looked. The second trailer pretty much let everybody down, but to be honest, like. I didn't mind seeing like the second trailer, but like out of all three, I definitely say that the third one was the best. So the way I rank them is the third trailer was the best one that they did. It was superb. The second trailer was the worst, and the first one they did was the second best. And that's about it. My expectations were just seeing a pretty film.
So you didn't expect this to be better than any of the Marvel films?
I mean, here's the thing. Like my thing with DC is, since I like grew up in the comics and everything, is that I didn't expect a Marvel movie. Do you know what I mean? Like, what I expected was for them to differentiate themselves from the Marvel movies. And after watching the trailers, that's pretty much what they did. Like, the films didn't look like any Marvel movie I'd ever seen. So I didn't hold them to that standard. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know what to expect. Like, all I saw was cool pictures. You know what I mean?
All right. Lelouch, man, what was your expectations going in?
My expectations going in was, to be honest with you, I'm a simple man. I just wanted to see, Superman get his ass whooped by Batman, because I feel like, Superman deserves to get ass whooping, bro. And they was throwing the whole Batman versus Superman, and, day one, ride or die, I'm with Batman. So I was just looking for the versus match.
Okay. You was just going in to see an epic fight. All right. My expectations, I didn't really think highly of this film. Like,
shouldn't.
I mean, I didn't really care, to be honest with you, because I knew that everybody but Marvel was fucking up with these movies. And Zack Snyder, he be. I like Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel. People said they didn't like it because Superman killed a bunch of people, but I'm thinking like, of course he killed. Like, this motherfucker is fighting Zod. This motherfucker fighting these aliens with all this high tech shit. Of course people gonna die. So I didn't really. Like, I thought it was stupid for people not to die. Like, this motherfucker's going to evacuate. He going to wait for you to evacuate the whole goddamn city and then fight you, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, no. That ain't how it's
You know what? Those damn casual niggas came out of nowhere like, Superman would never kill. Superman kills all the time. He kills all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? He's not You know what I'm saying? He's not Batman. He's not Batman. He has no outright no killing rule. He is Superman. If killing one person is going to save 100, he's going to kill that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Zod's about to laser beam the fuck out them people right there, man. So, I like Man of Steel. It was sort of sappy and corny and cheesy at times with his whole father getting killed and shit like that. Like that shit
Don't
was
come
dumb as
apart.
fuck. Huh?
That nigga
It's
walked
not
into the damn
time.
tornado. That nigga walked into the tornado.
I know, right?
That was the stupidest shit. I was watching that movie and I was like, this nigga does not need to die right now. He just
The
committed
thing
suicide.
that hurts me the most about that scene is that he goes to save the dog, and in the future they have
The
a whole
dog.
different dog. So it was like, well, for what, bro?
The dog, yeah. Like, come on.
I didn't like that dad, man. Like I thought he was cool in the beginning, but it's just like, it was just
He must have
them
been
being
depressed.
like, you're his dad. You're supposed to make him believe that he has the power to save the world, but you're telling him, nah, son, don't use your powers to save people. Become a farmer in Kansas. Like, no, don't do that.
The
And
world
Buck
doesn't
committed
need
suicide. He was
Superman.
depressed.
Yeah, it's what made Superman emo and shit. But you know, I like.
he did a good job of that.
I like that film, and I didn't start fucking with this film until like the third trailer, or whatever. I was like, okay, you know, I'm getting excited for this because I was already heavily invested in what Marvel was doing, and of course Daredevil and shit was popping off. You know, shit like that was going on, so I was like, I don't really give a fuck about this. I'm waiting for Civil War. But you know, that last trailer kind of sort of got me invested into it, and I was like, okay, I'm excited for this film.
This movie
Now-
was garbage.
Now let's get to the actual viewing of the film. We're gonna start with Lelouch first, then. Your viewing experience of this movie.
I went to see the movie with my brother. Movie theater, decent place. I stole some popcorn out the trash can. You know, getting ready to watch my movie.
The fuck?
And I like it just seemed like a long sequence of events before I got to like the actual fight that I was looking forward to the whole time, and it seemed to like really run on with backstory that to me is more of second nature and doesn't need to be explained anymore. It's kind of like when you read a book and somebody gives you a book report about it, and it's like, motherfucker, I read the book.
Yeah.
It just really seemed to drag on until it got to the actual action scenes. But once it started to actually pick up with the action, I began to like really, really enjoy it. Not that I did not enjoy the scenes leading up into that. I just really felt like they was drawn out, and they really did not keep my attention. Other than the fact that, you know, I paid all this money, I really like Batman. That's the only reason I'm paying this much attention. But I feel like somebody who wasn't that hard of a fan for Batman would not have appreciated all the drawn out backstory.
Okay. All right, Mo, it's on you.
All right, so do I have to set the location, like where I was and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you can do what you want to do. Yeah.
All right, so I was in New York. I was catching an early showing of it, like
you
on
went,
Thursday.
wait, you went to New York.
Yeah, I went to New York, and
What you? Wait. What? Were you in New York for something different or this film?
no, I was there for some. Who do you think I am? Spending that much money to watch one damn movie. I was in New York for something else, man.
Money if you did it for that shit.
Yeah, yes, it would. Yeah, shut up, nigga. Anyway, I went to New York on Thursday. I didn't plan to get tickets on the flight for the film because when I looked online, they were sold out and everything. Ended up going to the film in New York. Once I went in, like the beginning, the movie started really good. Like I liked that whole scene with like they show it from a different man's perspective. They show it from Bruce Wayne's perspective, him being on the ground, walking like running through Metropolis actually, and showing like all the destruction that Superman was causing. That was a really good scene. I like that.
Yeah.
That whole early dream sequence where it was showing him as a kid, and that beginning scene showed like what Zack Snyder does best. Like they had the whole thing where it's like he flipped the camera upside down, and then it's basically like you see little Bruce Wayne like walking upside down. It was cool as hell, and it was just good scene after good scene after good scene. That entire scene where it's like the cops were going into that one place, and then like Batman's in the corner and shit, and he just scurries across the wall and shit. That was all cool. But my problem was like the political stuff in the film bored me. Do you know what I mean? Even the first time I saw it bored me a lot. And he's just like, and at some point what happened was, it was like, they're asking all of these good questions. They're like, does the world need a Superman? If you had the opportunity for your kid to be saved by Superman, even though you don't trust him, would you do it? They're asking all of these amazing questions. I'm like, yeah, that's a great question. And what happens is, in the movie, they just don't answer the question. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
instead of that scene where he's he's in front of the senator, they're about to have a conversation. Instead of like Zack Snyder deciding in that moment, I'm gonna let this audience know why Superman is cool, why he does what he does to cement the fact that he is the good in this universe, and instead he just blows it up. He sacrificed a great character moment for a fucking like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He Michael Bay'd the shit out of that scene. But the thing is, that was the beginning and the setup of the Batman v Superman sort of thing. And I feel as if the movie had like really terrible cutting too. You know what I mean? Like one scene you have this whole thing where it's like Superman will be at Lex Luthor's announcement party type thing, and he'll be like, "Who's that?" And he'll be like, "Oh, that's Bruce Wayne." And you're about to tell me that this nigga's the biggest and richest person from across the lake and shit. You don't know who he is? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
And as soon as he's about to fight Batman, he doesn't call him Batman, he calls him Bruce. And I'm like, when did you find out that this is Bruce Wayne? You know what I'm saying? When did you find out this? And it's like, apparently later on, Zack Snyder said on the internet, "Oh yeah, that's in the extended cut." And I'm like, nigga, why is it in the extended cut? You know what I'm saying? Why do you have something that's fundamental to the story, something that explains a complete moment right here, and you completely removed it from the movie, and yet you can have stupid ass scenes where he's putting that Jolly Rancher or whatever it was in that nigga's mouth.
Well, that was gay. That was gay.
Yeah, I'm like,
I laughed at that shit when it happened in the theater, and I'm like, this nigga feeding them Jolly Ranchers.
I'm like, you have time for that, but you can't explain why he knows who motherfucker Bruce Wayne is. Anyway, I love the fight. The Batman v Superman fight was dope. I'm a Batman fan, obviously. I'm a Superman fan too, but to see, if I had to choose one of them getting fucked up, it had to be Superman. And that happened. It was cool. And yeah, everything with Batman was cool. Jeremy Irons was a great Alfred. I loved all that. But anyway, I'm gonna go into that later. I'm not gonna go into characters specifically.
Yeah, wrap it up, B, man. Wrap it up.
yeah. I enjoyed portions of the film, but for the most part, this was a disjointed mess. And the only thing that kept me enjoying the film was the fact that I was a DC fan, and that shouldn't be the case. Continue.
All right. Well,
he asked you for your movie experience. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
I was like, this nigga breaking it down and shit. But I mean, I didn't even intend to go to see the movie the day I saw it because I was in a sculpture class with my nigga Muhammad, and it was this Arab dude I was in sculpture class with. We was chiseling out shit, making sculptures and shit. And I was like, man, I really wanted to see. I was telling them about how I wanted to really see the Batman vs Superman movie tonight, but the class sort of happens at 7, and the movie happens at the same time as the class. I was like, I can't see this shit because the movie theater that I usually go to only has one showing, and that showing is at 7. He's like, oh no, there's another movie theater around here somewhere. So we was talking about he had brought to my attention that there was another movie theater called Carmichael or whatever the fuck, and I didn't know where it was. So I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna follow you to the movie theater so we can. And he had I guess he had planned on seeing it too, whatever the fuck. So I went to the movie theater with my nigga Muhammad, dog, and we was chilling. We went to the movie theater. The movie theater.
Yeah, we had a good time.
No, we didn't have a good time. I mean, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about because when I first got there, I saw a bunch of nerds outside. You know, they're talking about some shit. I guess they saw the movie early or whatever. They seemed happy. I was like, okay, this about to be the shit. They look all excited and shit. But you know, nerds will be nerds. They like shit just because it's a fucking movie. Yeah, it's probably fanboys or some shit. So I walked past them, and there's a lot of people in there. I let the concession stand. Everything was good. And, you know, my nigga Muhammad came. We went to the movie theater. We sat down and we were chilling.
Put a hole in the bottom of that popcorn.
No, nigga. Chill.
This nigga Bush had his dick in the popcorn box and shit.
It was kind of weird.
Popcorn Muhammad.
It was kind of weird because I
Yo, you know the best popcorn is at the bottom of the box, Muhammad.
I know.
Hey, Muhammad, this popcorn the bomb, bro.
Just dig a little deeper.
Chocolatey snack at the bottom.
Like, hey, I didn't know there was Snickers in this popcorn.
You see him Muhammad go, huh? What's this? Why is it so warm in here?
Like, I think that nigga hand getting warm all of a sudden and shit.
This shit won't come out. This shit won't come out the box. Keep jerking it to the bottom.
Damn, this popcorn smells like dick.
What is this?
That hand job was the best part of the movie, wasn't it, Bush?
Oh yeah, man. Had to put a little cream on his hand. He's like, what is this? I know
That's
they
butter.
should. That's white butter. But
I would have killed that nigga right there, bro.
but we was in there chilling, man, and the first half of the movie was boring as shit. I could not stay away. Like, this is supposed to be a superhero film, man.
Oh my god.
I like superhero films and shit, so I didn't think that it was gonna be hard for me to stay awake. Like, I was about to fall asleep in that bitch, dog. Cause I was tired of seeing Batman origin story over and over again. I like Batman in this film, but nothing was fucking happening for the first half of this movie. I was like, damn. So I was falling asleep in this shit, and then you had that big climax at the end and shit. I was like, oh, this is epic. This is good. Yeah, it was cool, but what made it an issue for me is that they kept mentioning that there was nobody on the island and shit. They was trying hard as fuck to make these fanboys happy, because they were mad about Superman killing all the people and shit. They was like, so when the epic battle between Doomsday and them happened, it was like, before the scene or during the scene, they kept saying, we just evacuated all the people. This island, there's nobody on it. They kept doing that shit over. That shit made me mad, dog. It was like,
That's so
It's
stupid.
it's like how in Dragon Ball Z, when they censored that shit, they're like, when Nappa blew up a ship, it's like, oh my god, he blew up the ship. It's alright, I saw their parachute.
I know, right? This little shit like that. We know damn well you can evacuate all the people in a goddamn hour, nigga. There's about millions of people on that bitch.
You see what the problem with that is? It's like, A, it didn't make sense, and B, I could hear the writers in the room being like, you know what we should do to make the fans happy? We should take everyone out of that city while they're fighting. Yeah, they'll love that shit. And it's like, no, we don't love that shit.
And that fucked everything up, because there's no risk involved. You don't see anybody dying. It's like, there's no sense of urgency.
Like during Superman's fight with Doomsday, you should have at least had Batman just evacuate some people.
Yeah,
at least do something.
That's what Batman could have been doing instead of hiding behind a rock and shit. I mean, I kept seeing that picture. I kept seeing that picture floating around of Batman hiding behind a rock.
That nigga threw that damn grappling hook or whatever it was. It's like,
That one where he's giving Superman a thumbs up.
Yeah, giving him a thumbs up behind the wall and shit. Oh, shit. And them goddamn dream sequences, dog. I was like, what the fuck?
Look, I have to say this about the damn dream sequences. Those look cool. They just didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Made no goddamn sense. This nigga it was one dream sequences where Batman was fighting Superman soldiers. Like, Superman had an army of soldiers and shit that had the S on their chest, and he was fighting them and shit. Batman was killing people and shit and shooting people. Like, what the fuck is this? Then there was a dream within a dream, and then the Flash comes. I'm like, that, and the Flash looked like shit.
Lois Lane is the key. Lois Lane is the key.
That didn't even look like the Flash. It looked like a Mexican with a red suit on, man. It didn't even look like the Flash.
God.
Mario.
I know, right?
You know what you just described? You described exactly what that was. The Flash was a Mexican in a red suit. That's what it was, Bush. It didn't look like that. That's what it was. Okay.
And people said that the dude was Hispanic, right? And I was like, I'm cool with that shit. But they didn't have to put the goddamn mustache on him to emphasize that.
My
Like,
God. That nigga could at least shave that day, right? You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Like, he could at least shave that little mustache.
It makes sense because he's in a post-apocalyptic world, so why would he have time to shave?
He's the Flash. He has all the time in the world.
Oh man, they run it from fucking Superman robots and shit. They ain't got time for that.
He can run extra and cut off the mustache.
He doesn't need anything to shave. He could just make his finger vibrate really fast and trim them shits with his finger. Like,
I know, right?
He could do stuff like that. Like,
yeah, but and then then after the movie, I didn't look at Muhammad's face the whole time. I didn't look at his face. I didn't see his reaction.
He was busy touching your
dick.
Yeah, he was too busy filling on the popcorn bucket. But the movie ended and me and Muhammad left early. We were like, fuck this movie, and everybody else sort of stayed for like the what's the shit?
After credit scene.
Yeah, the after credit scene. Everybody.
Yeah,
was
you know what the best part about the after credit scene was? The best part about that after credit scene was it doesn't exist. There was no after credit scene. They had no after credit scene because Zack Snyder doesn't like after credit scenes.
Yeah, and then everybody else is sort of chilling and shit. I think they clapped or something. I'm like, why the fuck y'all clap? But me and Muhammad bounced.
Yeah, it's over.
I know, right? Me and Muhammad bounced the shit and going out, like walking out the theater is like he was like, what do you think? I was like, He was like, man, that shit sucked. and that was my goddamn experience, man. You know, awkwardly going to the theater with some dude that I just met in sculpture class.
What?
But I mean, and that was my viewing of the film. And let's go into thoughts after seeing the film. Like your overall thoughts of the film. We're gonna start with you, Lelouch.
Said my thoughts after seeing the film.
Yeah, your overall thoughts, your summary of what you thought.
Immediately I was sitting there thinking, and see my brother, like he's less adapt with like, you know, all the DC, all the events and all the lore and all that. So he's like, oh, that was great. And I looked at him and I just didn't want to, you know, take the fun out of a nigga's eyes, bro. I was like, I'm gonna let him have it, bro. As long as he's happy, bro. Yeah, it's like why even ruin it, but if he enjoyed it. And I did enjoy it. That would be a lie to say I did not enjoy it. It was more or less just, I felt like it was honestly rushed. And that left me with like a weird sensation. Like, I hate that, like, I felt as if they built this movie for the sequel.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That was the case.
And you really got to stop doing that, bro.
I was like, damn, you know, they put like 8 different movies into one and shit.
Yeah.
Yes, you gotta focus on making the movie itself good and just hint to the sequels. It's not supposed to be about the sequels, bro. And that's just the feeling I was just left with overall about the plot. And just other than that, you know, Batman was Batman, and it just I can't stand Superman.
They didn't make that nigga relatable. They had a chance with the court scene, like Mo said. They fucked it up. But yeah,
you know.
Go ahead, Mo. And Mo, you gotta wrap it up. Don't take an hour, nigga.
All right. We're not talking about characters. We're talking about how I felt after I left that film. Okay, the first time, the way I felt was I felt like that was a cool movie. I didn't have any problem with it because my blind DC goggles wouldn't let me see the film correctly. It would be like, yo, Batman was there, Superman was there, Wonder Woman was there, best movie ever. But it wasn't that simple. You know what I'm saying? It's not that simple. And it's like I watched it again, and it was almost like watching the movie again was like realizing that the Easter Bunny doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
It was like watching the movie and everything that you thought was good, it was a little bit less good. You know what I'm saying? It was like having a bag of gummy bears, only liking the green ones, and every now and then a green gummy bear would show up, but every other one sucked. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. And that's pretty much how I felt. And I tried, like he said, I tried not to ruin it with the people I saw. One time I went with my brother, I tried not to ruin it for him. He liked the movie because he just saw all the cool stuff in it. He just watched it as an action movie pretty much. And that's really how I felt. It's a decent movie. It's not good, it's not bad. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, well, me, I remember coming out and not wanting to say that I didn't like it because I was afraid somebody behind me was going to hear it and it's going to ruin their day and shit. Like, you coming out of the theater.
I think that's a lesson here. I think that's a lesson here because you would have ruined it for someone, man. It's like, it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? There were good scenes. Like, there was some fun things in there. It's like, let the person have their fun.
I'm coming out of the theater, man. That shit sucked like a motherfucker. They should burn this shit down and kill Zack Snyder. Like, you say some shit like that, just kill people behind you, man. But my overall thoughts were like, I didn't have no feeling. I was indifferent. I didn't enjoy the shit. I didn't hate it. I was in the middle. I didn't know what to think about the shit. Like, I was indifferent. I didn't know what. Like, it was just some shit that I seen, and that was it. There was no.
Oh my god.
There was no feeling towards the film at all. Like I just remember liking Batman and the shit, and I like that he was killing people off. I was like, yeah, Batman, kill these motherfuckers off. I was happy for that.
Actually, that's a good point that you brought up. Like, I don't really genuinely care about the killing thing because it's like, if I want to see no killing Batman, I can read the comic book, right? Those aren't going away. But the thing is that he never outright like killed someone. He didn't stab someone through the heart and lick the knife. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't do that shit. What he did was he would usually crash into the Batmobile, like a Batmobile into something, and you would hear the people screaming, but you would never actually see them die. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and they did that in every other Batman film before. Michael Keaton killed in the first, Christopher Nolan film. Didn't he let Ra's al Ghul die in that burning building and stuff like that? Like, they've done this before. It's not new.
Yeah,
that's what I'd say. And it's like there were like scenes where like the gun thing was unnecessary, like when he shot like the tracker out of the gun. And I'm like, there's no point. Why did you need the gun to shoot the tracker out? You could have just thrown that. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? It was just stupid.
Yeah, it was. Let's get on to the people's reactions and our reactions to people's reactions. And I'm on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Go ahead.
You know what the most surprising thing about this movie was?
What?
The most surprising thing about this movie was that people actually thought it was going to be good.
You get into that. I want to hear.
No. Like, think about it. Man of Steel was the first movie in the cinematic universe, right? We spend the whole movie developing Clark Kent as a character, and even with that, the movie is still kind of yeah.
I like Man of Steel, man. I
mean, yeah, sure, but then they fuck it up by having him kill Zod at the end.
No, stop it.
But let
the nigga speak. Let him speak.
You spend a whole movie developing Clark as a character, and it's okay, but then you spend this sequel trying to do the same thing to like 4 other characters along with Clark to set up a Justice League movie.
Yeah.
So like as soon as they announced this movie, I knew it was gonna be shit.
You know what?
And then it came out, and then people thought it was shit, and I was like, well, yeah. Well, this was common knowledge.
You know what? They was setting up more than the Justice League movie. They was setting up fucking that Batman movie too. Oh, they had the Joker, the Robin suit with Joker spray painted on it and shit.
Yeah. Like I was watching the film, right, and it was just like I was just sitting there like, yeah, when's Aquaman gonna appear? Because everyone else is already here, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just expecting someone else to come up anyway. Like the whole scene where they had like the kryptonite spear in the water. I was expecting Aquaman to lift that shit up.
I was like, I was thinking the same thing, and then like the shit didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. But you might as well have it in here.
Let's go to these.
It's stupid because they should have did the Batman movie first, then have this movie.
Yeah, you're right.
If you do the Batman movie first, then you don't have to waste the first 20 minutes of the fucking movie introducing Batman to the fucking audience.
Oh my god! Yeah,
but
you know what they should have done?
No, I was gonna say I think people have fatigue from Batman fatigue from the Nolan films and shit. That's why they ain't doing it so fast. But let's get to these ratings. On Rotten Tomatoes, that shit has had a 20%. The critics tore this shit to pieces. They raped the fuck out this movie, man.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that rating. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, let me read some of this shit. Let me go to Rotten and read the bad ones. Let me read the bad ones first.
This shit gave me cancer.
I know, right? This shit gave me Ebola.
This shit cured my herpes. So random shit like that.
Said I went in a whole man. I came out half a man.
After this movie, my dick grew an inch.
This shit is from a dude named Ben. As a superhero flick, it's shockingly joyless and overlong, with the 2 iconic crime fighters presented as angry, cranky, easily manipulated men in tights. And then get that shit a 2 out of 5. The director has a knack. He said the director has a knack for constructing cool moments, but consistently fails to tie them together cohesively. He has neat ideas, but has trouble executing them. I'm gonna read this last one right here. Let me find a good one. Discounting.
This movie sucks.
I know, right? Just one line. This shit sucks.
Shit garbage.
Fuck this movie.
This from Carlos. There's a lot going on the screen, but somehow nothing keeps you from getting bored.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he is right. Let me go to IMDb because the fucking fanboys was out in full. They was out there trying to get this IMDb page popping off. They're like, Rotten Tomatoes ain't accepting us. Let's go to IMDb and make this shit great as fuck. So on IMDb,
stamp the fuck out of it.
Oh yeah, on Rotten Tomatoes it's a 29%. On IMDb, shit is a 7. And a 7 is good on IMDb, dog. Like, so these dick riders are in full force on this. This nigga gave this shit a 10 stars. He said, Batman vs Superman may not be the superhero film that we want, but it's sure as hell the one we need.
That dude is whoever wrote that shit fucking 11 years old.
I bet that nigga that watched that movie, that was his first Batman experience. Like, he was just like, damn, this nigga so cool. He dressed up like a man.
Wait, let me read this shit because you're going to laugh. It say, Batman vs. Superman marks the very first time I have seen a movie on its opening night that has received a standing ovation. I never thought I would say this. I never thought that I would say it was better than The Dark Knight, but it is. And completely eclipsed Christopher Nolan's brilliant trilogy. Firstly,
See, this is an obvious troll, by the way.
Firstly,
Keep reading.
Firstly, I am going to cast all doubts aside about Ben Affleck as Batman. He is without a doubt the best and most accurate Batman we've seen to date. And some people say that's not a lie right there.
Yeah, that's fair. Keep going though.
So if the Academy didn't ignore films like these, I would say, nah, stop it, nigga. I would say a nod for Best Supporting Actor would be more than likely. And it says, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was also surprisingly good and very fitting to the role he was given. They say, however, there are too many great performances to mention. But it is fair.
Too many great performances.
But it is fair to say the cast as a whole were absolutely outstanding, and it is one that rare occasions. It is one of the rare occasions where there were no exiting weak links or some shit.
So he said, I actually have a very short review. It's like one of those one-line reviews. This nigga legit just said Batman v Superman is a hot, steamy heap of trash. That's all his review is. That's it. And there's some other guy left the review underneath it with a 1 star. He's like, really? And he's like, yes, a hot, steamy piece of trash.
And you know what? And so what are y'all thoughts on the reactions? We're gonna start with Lelouch. You still alive, dog? That nigga probably asleep. Lelouch.
Yeah, he must have the movie playing in the background.
I know, right? Well, Mo, what are your reactions? What are your reactions to the reactions?
They're entertaining. I mean, I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like half the reviews, like the positive reviews, just seem irrational to me. Like, this sounds like a person that didn't watch the same movie as me, and I don't like to watch them. But the negative ones are always funny because I get to see my reaction, except someone that's way more expressive. Just some guy that's way more angry about it in the moment. Just like, this shit sucked, man. This shit is the worst fit. And I'm just like, I don't necessarily agree with you. It's not the worst movie ever made. It's just not very good. And at the same time, it's like every time I watch these reviews, a new person notices a problem with the film that I never noticed. And it's like, damn, this film's even worse than I thought it was the first time. Because like, I hear some new plot holes that I never even caught on to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just interesting. And I do not feel as if the film deserves as much hate as it's getting right now. But at the same time, it's like, I knew regardless whether the movie was good or bad, Batman v Superman would get this much attention. You know what I'm saying? Because unlike Man of Steel, it is a Superman. It's a Superman movie. But A, Superman doesn't sell as many tickets as a Batman movie would. And B, Man of Steel doesn't in any way suggest Superman unless you know that's his nickname. You know what I mean? Unless you know that's what they associate with Superman. And yeah, so that's what I feel. I don't feel anything but that.
I had saw the reactions before I actually seen the film, and it kind of made me not want to see the fucking film, but I felt like I was obligated to see it because I'm a fan of superheroes and shit. Like, I felt like I had to see it just to get my opinion of it, and to sort of not be persuaded to not watch it because everybody else was hating on it. So I went to go see it because I felt obligated to see it because I wanted to form my own opinion about it. But I mean, some of these reviews are spot on. Like, there was a lot of shit going on, but there was nothing really to take away from the film. And you know, which is why I want to bring into I want to go into something different. I want to talk about things that Zack Snyder or the writer could improve upon to make this film better. I want to start with you, Mo.
What the film could improve with?
No, what things could they have done to make this film better?
Gotten Superman's character right. Like, that's not Superman. Do you know what that is? That's a little emo bitch, and that's Lois Lane's manservant.
Chill, Mo.
I mean, I have to say it how it is. Like, really, what that was is Superman. It's like, what I don't get is how can you make probably the brightest, happiest superhero in comics period as depressing as he is in these movies? I don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is the light in every universe. That's what he is. As soon as Superman is there, as soon as a little kid in a comic book sees Superman, he's like, damn, everything's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? And now when I watch these movies and I see Superman, it's like, damn, this dude ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't. He's just as sad as the next guy. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And the thing is, it's sad to know, like, the thing that they could have done is, they definitely developed Batman. This was almost a Batman movie to an extent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they could have done is, I know we got an entire movie about Superman already, but all you did was have a compilation of cool moments in Clark Kent's past. You didn't actually explain who Clark Kent is. You didn't show people that, regardless that he's Kryptonian, regardless that he's an alien, he grew up as a human being, and just because he has his power...
God damn, Mo.
So, you know, something bad that the film could have done is, there's something bad that the film could have done, right, is they could have answered the questions that they were asking the entire time. They could have said, why does the world need a Superman? And Superman could have said, the world doesn't need a Superman, but you have one anyway. That's what he could have said, and that's what the film needed to hear. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Well, you kind of, Mo, your mic sound like shit.
Because the world doesn't need a Superman.
Mo, your mic sounds like that movie.
That. Alright, can you hear me now? Is it fine?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, well, like, okay, now let's talk about the structure of the film. This is really quick, don't worry, I'll make this quick. What the film could have done really easily to make this better is split up the two films. Batman v Superman would have been a good movie. Dawn of Justice would have been a good movie, but Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice is a confused ass movie. That's what it is. Make it two movies. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have to say. Go ahead.
All right. Well, what I was gonna say is I thought about this hard. And I thought about, and I was thinking about this. I was like, they could have kept all the shit they have here and still made it a great film. Cause I was thinking about, you know, Batman kills people. I was like, yeah, that's cool. But they could have. Cause this is the older Batman. This is I guess the Frank Miller Batman, whatever. And he kind of kills people, some shit to a certain extent. So I was like, okay, since they put in that Red Hood shit there, maybe they could have had a scene of or like a dream or some shit of Batman reliving, learning that Jason Todd died, and that could have been his motivation to be more aggressive and angry and go off and kill people. And sort of you could have had Superman, who doesn't really try to kill people and is more tamed, to be like, hey man, you gotta chill off, man. You on that shit, Batman. You gotta get off of that shit. You going crazy killing all these people. And that could have been good right there. Like if they would have took that Red Hood thing, like they showed the suit with the Joker wrote spray painted on the shit. They could have had a little flashback of some shit of the Joker killing Jason Todd, and that could have filled this anger. That could have made him go off and crazy. Also,
that would have been it.
Yeah, in that courthouse scene,
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you on that. I don't know why he blew that shit up. Like, I guess he couldn't find no good dialogue to write for this nigga. It's like
Exactly.
He blew the shit up. But that would have been a great scene to get people on Superman's side. That would have been a great scene to do that.
Yep.
And
it kind of showed you that this isn't the Lex Luthor that we wanted to see anyway. Cause,
oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, Lex Luthor does some evil shit, but he doesn't do it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
What Lex Luthor would have probably done is he would have entered that courtroom and he would have argued with Superman and make him look evil in the eyes of everybody by explaining why the world doesn't need a Superman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing. Yeah, Lex should have been there just in the crowd and reacting to, because that could have, and you know what? If Lex was there watching Superman explain to people why he does what he does, and if he would have seen Superman winning the argument, that could have been a motivation enough to make him angry, because Lex wants to be God. Like, he wants to, and you know what? If they would have wrote Lex because Lex isn't really a bad guy if you think about it. Like, Lex hates Superman, but he doesn't hate people in general. He's not trying to just kill humans or whatever.
Yeah, he isn't trying to kill him. It's like Lex's entire thing is he wants to be the
God damn, Mo.
There's some guy that was born better than him. Sorry, I had to, man. But yeah, it's like, yeah, Lex could have been way better. Continue. Sorry about that.
Yeah, okay. And you know, I thought about this. They could have made Lex like the king of the city, have Lex put all these non-profit organizations around the city and helping people out, and then Superman comes in and swoops in and takes his thunder. That could have been enough to make Lex hate Superman. They could have put that shit in there.
Definitely.
And I mean, this is a bunch of shit, and like the movie was, it was. I don't know what to say about it. Let's move on to something. Let's move on to the actual individual characters. And we're gonna end it off with this.
Cool.
Let's start with we already dick roll. You want to start with Batman? We kind of dick roll Batman throughout this whole entire review.
Batman had problems. Batman did have problems. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to just Yeah, he killed people, man. Like, don't break the Bat rule. And it's because it's like, and like they already set up for that red, like Under the Red Hood movie and everything, like you said, Bush. And it's like, how are they gonna do that when the entire movie's supposed to be Batman not being okay with Jason killing when Batman kills himself?
Yeah, I mean, they could have just made that like a prequel. Like, I mean, they could have made this after the Jason Todd thing. I mean, I think isn't that what they're trying to do though? Isn't that after? Ain't this film after the Jason Todd shit?
Yeah, it is after it. You know, it'd be interesting if in the Solo movie they had him introduce a new Robin, and they'd be telling the two stories at the same time. They'd have the new Robin adjusting to everything, but Batman having these flashbacks of what happened with the previous Robin and why he doesn't want to train a new one. That would have been cool. But yeah. As far as the Batman character, I feel as far as like visually, he is the most accurate Batman to the comics. You know what I mean? And that
motherfucker was mugging the fuck out that camera. He was making the face.
Dude was brutal. Remember that fight scene? Where he's saving Martha?
Yeah.
That was cool as hell. Like Martha. He threw the crate in hell. Martha! Why did you say that name? Why did you say that? That thing, man. But yeah, do you want to talk about the Batman character or you want to move on to the next one?
Batman? I fuck with Batman. I'm excited to see a Batman standalone film. I fuck with Batman heavy. I like that he killed people. I just didn't like his reason he didn't have no reason for killing people.
I thought that branding thing was cool as hell. But
this motherfucker, he was basically torturing people and shit. This motherfucker.
Oh no, but you remember that scene where he was in the cell and Lex was in prison and you just see the lights turn off and the lights come back on. It's just Batman with the branding thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that shit was cool as hell. I love that scene.
But I think they should just gave him a motive, a reason for why he killed. Like if they would have made that he killing people because Jason Todd's death or some shit, that shit would have worked for me. Let's move on to Superman. What are your thoughts, Superman?
You already heard my thoughts on Superman. Fuck that nigga.
Okay. he was kind of wooden and stale, man. I can't.
All right. Only thing I can possibly add to it is that I believe the person that plays him, Henry Cavill, or however you say his name, he has a good Superman in him. It's just that the writers aren't letting him play that good Superman. Like he looks like Superman. He feels like Superman, but he's not playing Superman the way he should be playing him.
Yeah, I think they should have gave him more speaking lines and shit. And I think that court scene was that was a missed opportunity. They could have really made people care about this character with that court scene.
Yep.
Let's get on to crazy fucking Lex with the Jolly Ranchers and shit.
Gay ass nigga.
That's it? You call him a gay ass nigga?
No, okay. My thing is that I didn't understand, mostly because of every other adaptation of this character that I've seen, and pretty much like through the comic books, the animated stuff, previous movies, is that I couldn't understand seeing a Lex Luthor that everybody kind of hated. Like it was an unspoken thing that no one likes Lex Luthor. People are just there because he's rich. You know what I'm saying? Like in that party scene, right, where he's giving that little awkward ass speech and everyone claps anyway. Like none of those people are his friends. They don't like him. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's the thing, because in the cartoon, people actually like Lex.
He's charming. He's supposed to be charming. Like Lex would have been the type of person like when he was with the senator, he would not have just told her straight up. He would have tried he would have wants to Bruce Wayne her. Do you know what I mean? Like he would have got on her good side, womanized her and stuff, and this sort of stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Because like Lex is a people man. Like there's a comic where he becomes president. Do you know what I mean? This Lex Luthor could never be a president. Do you know what I mean?
Never.
So I was saying that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like he was so he was just weird to be around. I didn't like him. He was uncomfortable to watch, and he was playing the Riddler. You know what I'm saying? Like he was not playing Lex Luthor. And apparently he was supposed to play the Riddler in this universe, but what happened was Zack Snyder was having a conversation with Jesse Eisenberg.
Mo, man.
Yep. Can you hear me now?
No, I'm saying you going into the backstory of the Riddler and shit. Like, no, bro.
Oh no! I'm just talking about like how Jesse Eisenberg got the role as Lex Luthor and why he is the way he is. Like really, all it is, it's really short. The way it is that Zack Snyder casted him originally as like a Riddler cameo or something like that. And what ended up happening was Zack Snyder was talking to him and he was awkward as hell. And he's like, "Yo, this guy makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna cast you as Lex." And that's pretty much how he got the role.
What the fuck? It was like,
Yeah, because he's awkward.
Maybe he made you feel uncomfortable because that nigga was bad as fucking man.
Maybe he made me feel uncomfortable because he was weird. Like he weird thing.
He's
About, like,
just a weird looking motherfucker, man.
You know, I feel like Jesse Eisenberg's the type of nigga that collects stamps. You see what I'm saying? Like he's that type of nigga, collects coins and shit.
All right, let's get through. Well, my opinion on Lex. I didn't like him. I didn't. It just seemed this motherfucker was more like a fight promoter than an actual villain. There was no threat from him. Like he was just he was the promoter for this big mega.
You know what never made sense to me? That nigga wanted them to fight so bad, but when they actually fight, he's not watching that shit. He didn't even look at the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That nigga's like fight. He's like he never even confirmed for 1 second that they fought.
Like, that shit made his dick hard for them to fight. Like,
bring me the head of the bat.
Let's talk about fucking Lois Lane. What are your quick thoughts on Lois Lane?
I liked the woman that plays her. Amy Adams looked gorgeous in this movie. She looked bad as fuck. But as far as like the character she played, it seemed as if the writers were trying so hard to give her a role, but like
yeah.
She didn't need one. You know what I'm saying? Like her role at the end of the movie was fucking up and fixing her fuck up, then failing and having Superman save her.
It's like she was gonna cry the whole entire movie though. Like she was on the verge of crying.
I feel almost as if like Batman wasn't doing anything that time. Why didn't he just go in and get it? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I mean, or they could have just brought in Aquaman. That would have made more sense. And the whole thing with Superman having to grab the shit and kill Doomsday, they could just make Wonder Woman do that shit. Like, did he have to? Yeah, did he have to do that shit? Like, it didn't make sense to me.
No, he didn't. Wonder Woman looked like she was enjoying herself, and she didn't even break a sweat that fight. Like, she got pushed back because she was happy.
Yeah,
this fighting in the first
Wonder Woman stronger than the motherfucker. She could have just stabbed that nigga with the shit.
Damn, that bitch looked bad as fuck while she was fighting. I'm like, yeah. I've never wanted to smash a bitch so much that looks like she could kick my ass. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Speaking of Wonder Woman, let's go right into Wonder Woman, because I love that character. I didn't think she was casted good because she was too skinny. Everybody had the same feelings. She didn't really look like an Amazon or a woman that you should be afraid of. But when I
don't know if you agree with this, but she looked thicker in the film. In the film, she looked way thicker than she did in the original photos.
Stop lying. She did not look.
I mean, maybe it's just because I like to.
Maybe it was your thirst, man. But she was definitely arousing.
It probably was that.
Like when she fell on the ground, I kind of licked my lips in the theater. I was like,
Yeah, like the
smiled,
thing is, weird,
she hit the ground.
It's hilarious. It's like it's a weird balance. You know what I mean? Like they wanted a bitch that was thick, but they wanted the bitch that was classy at the same time. And I'm like, that's impossible. Pick one. And they were like, we're gonna pick a classy bitch.
Yeah, just imagine one of them Instagram hoes playing Wonder Woman that can't.
Oh no, those bitches can't act. Those bitches can't act
with ass implants and shit. That was the only way you gonna get to think Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I really want to see her solo movie. I feel like she'll do really good, and that's coming out next year, isn't it? Like June next year, we're about to get a Wonder Woman movie.
Yes, it is. All right. What is your favorite side character?
Out of the very little to pick through, I'll probably say Jeremy Irons, man. Like Jeremy Irons was my favorite side character because he captured a side of Alfred that we didn't get to see in the Nolan films. Like the thing with Alfred is he is Bruce's butler, but every now and then he has to be the father figure. Do you know what I mean? He has to throw in a little insult every now and then. Do you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't just outright sawing the nigga.
And Alfred in the Nolan film was a crybaby. That nigga was very weak to me. Right? He was crying.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love Michael Caine. He's a great actor. He's done a lot of great things. But it's like he was a little bit of a wuss in those films. You know what I'm saying?
Need somebody to say, nigga, you crazy. Yeah. Like, somebody need to come in and say, nigga, you crazy, man. And that was...
One critique I heard of the Jeremy Irons character is Alfred's always been a guy that's pretty much even older than... He's usually even older than like Bruce Wayne's parents. But then the way they describe Jeremy Irons in this film is it looks like Jeremy Irons looks more like that guy that was 2 years older than him, and they went to the same high school, and they left, and then he ended up becoming his butler. He doesn't look like someone that's like way older than Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah,
saying?
True.
They look roughly the same age, maybe like having Jeremy Irons a couple years older. So that's probably the only problem I could really have. But that's not their fault. Like, he was casted into that role, and he played a great role. He had the voice, he had everything down. I liked this I liked his Alfred.
All right, well, I fuck with Lawrence Fishburne in this movie. That motherfucker killed.
Oh, he was cool.
Like,
he was cool.
Every time he came on screen, I was like, "Yay!" You know what I'm saying? His scenes were good. Like, I liked his scenes, man. I was entertained by all of his scenes. He didn't bore me at all.
Yeah. I mean, he has one of the only like quotable lines in the movie where he's like, "No one cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman" or something like that. That's a cool line. Yeah.
Let's get to the stupid shit in this film.
There's plenty of that.
The whole movie.
Yeah, you said the whole movie. The stupid.
Oh, and apparently there's 30 more minutes of stupid shit that we didn't get to see because of that already cut.
Let's just go back and forth naming stupid. Let's be quick about it. Let's go back and forth naming stupid shit. First stupid shit in this film was the opening sequence when Bruce Wayne was in the city, and like he called his building and told the dudes to evacuate. My thing is, you see the city blowing up around you. Why haven't you fucking evacuated already? Why did this nigga have to call and tell you to evacuate when your life is in danger, nigga? Like outside, inside the building, they show outside the window where they were at. There was shit blowing up and aliens flying around and buildings collapsing all over around them, right? And this motherfucker didn't evacuate.
You know what problem is? That nigga just gave up.
Apparently, he was like, "Fuck it, I'm dying. Everybody here died with me too." Like, he didn't tell them niggas to evacuate not once.
That nigga was out there reading prayers and shit. Get out that damn building. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, damn, this nigga Bruce Wayne, a slave owner. This motherfucker did not leave the building. But what is
He's like, I command you not to leave that.
What is your stupid moment?
Me? A stupid moment would be it would be like Superman landing in the middle of like the Batman v Superman fight and him being like, "Yo, Bruce," even though they never even showed the scene where Bruce was actually like he found out his identity and stuff.
Oh yeah. Like, how do you call a nigga by his government? And
how do you know this? Bruce? Like is this nigga wearing a name tag? Did you use your X-ray vision to see his name tag? Like, what happened? Like, this is stupid.
Oh, all right, another stupid thing. Batman puts a tracker on the top of a truck. And then later on in the same scene, this motherfucker takes his car and completely knocks the top of the truck off.
I have another one from that scene. Superman shows up after Batman clearly kills all of those people. And that nigga couldn't even use his X-ray vision to see that behind him there's a layer of destruction and corpses, and it's like he's there just to tell him, "Yo, the Bat is dead." And I'm like, nigga, you could have saved all of those people behind him that he killed before that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's like it's fucked up because going back to the tracking thing is because during that whole scene he was fucking the truck up. Like, he didn't even put a tracker on that shit. He didn't even have to kill them niggas in the truck. Could just put the tracker on the shit and bounce. This nigga was blowing the truck up and fucking it up. Like, how did he not knock the tracker off? That shit didn't make no sense to me. But another thing.
What, you want me to go again?
Let me see. What else? What else is stupid about it? There's a lot of stupid shit. Oh, the whole Martha thing.
That is stupid. I enjoyed it the first time. Second time I realized how dumb it was.
It was like, my mom's name is Martha too, and we gotta stop fighting. Like,
but I get it. Like, I get the context and stuff. Like the whole thing where it's like.
Why did you say that? How do you know?
Like the whole thing is supposed to be like, as soon as like he says that name, Superman becomes human to Batman. Like, he's got a mom and a girlfriend, and he's just like me, except I don't have a mom, and he has a mom, and her name is Martha, and my mom's name is Martha. We're so similar. Let's be best friends. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just.
Stupid. And it's just like the whole thing where it's like he saves his mom and he's like, "I'm a friend of your son." I'm like, nigga, you tried to kill her. Be honest to the old lady.
Motherfucker, how you a friend all of a sudden? Like,
friend.
This nigga completely just turned around.
And that whole scene at the grave. Oh, we didn't even mention the death of Superman. We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about them killing Superman in the movie. That was so stupid. Why did they kill Superman?
Superman dies.
Fuck the spoiler alert, man. Anyway, let me put it this way. What I don't get is, why did this movie choose two of the storylines that take place at the end of these heroes' careers to start off and launch their universe?
That is the dumbest shit about this film. These niggas
Why would you
was
pick
80
a
years
film?
old and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you pick a story that is about Batman already quitting being Batman and coming back to Gotham to defend everything? And why would you pick a storyline where Batman fights Doomsday and dies? Why would you pick those two storylines to start your franchise?
Oh yeah.
And here's the thing: once you kill Superman the first time, after we don't care about this character, we've had 1 or 2 movies to deal with this dude. We don't care about Superman dying. Okay? If you kill him again, then it's not going to mean anything because everyone's going to be like, you know what? He's just going to come back to life again like he did in Batman v Superman.
But
his death holds no weight.
What made this shit so goddamn stupid is they fucking nuked that nigga in space and he survived. How the fuck just putting his hand on just getting stabbed with a big ass nail gonna kill this nigga for nuke didn't? I know it was kryptonite involved, but he didn't get stabbed by the kryptonite. The kryptonite was just near him. Like, come on, man.
And apparently, according to like Zack Snyder, Superman's gonna stay in that coffin until like the Justice League unite. And I'm like, so Superman?
This nigga said that already?
Yeah. Superman.
So
this is Superman,
talking,
right?
Man.
So
you need to stop talking, man.
Yeah, he does need to stop talking. Superman, a man that can touch the sun and not get hurt. It apparently his greatest opponent is that coffin, because he's gonna stay in that coffin for all of this time apparently until like the middle of Justice League.
And no sunlight reach that nigga. He's in the coffin.
Fair enough. That is a good point. Actually, that was a cool scene. There was a cool part in the movie after he got hit by the nuke and he's all shriveled up and shit, looking like a raisin. Yeah. And then the sunlight shines onto him, and then he gets his health back and everything. He flies back to Earth. That was cool. I like that.
All right. Well, I think we done. Any final thoughts?
Go ahead, Piro. I know you have some final thoughts.
Fuck this movie.
What the fuck?
That's so insincere.
All right.
You Bush?
You know what? The shit was just okay. I didn't feel nothing about the film. I felt like they threw like 8 different storylines in there. They had Flashpoint in this bitch at some point. I was like,
you know what? Look, that makes it even worse. They have a story that takes place at the end of Superman's career, at the end of Batman's career, and one that relaunched the entire universe with the start of the Stark universe. It's so stupid.
And then the way they showcased the other Justice League members in the goddamn vanilla folder, man. Like this shit, it just, I didn't. they fucked up, man. They fucked up. The writer is so fucking stupid, man. Like they got this dude writing the film, and he was an issue with the film. He is what's wrong with the film. The writer is terrible. It's a dude that never read comic books before until they started.
Yeah, he never read a comic book until he started working on this. Mario had never read a comic until we started filming this movie.
And there lies the problem. Because the writing is fucking horrendous in this film, man. That is the issue. I can't even blame Zack Snyder no more, because the shit looked good. The writing was fucking horrible.
You know, I want to see that next 30 minutes just to see what the hype up about. I know they're in it to increase their sales and stuff, but I want to see what they didn't show us. What part? And I know there's going to be at least 2 moments in that 30 minutes that would have clarified the entire movie. There's going to be a scene where he finds out why his name's Bruce.
They need to fire the fucking writer, man. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much.
Well, one of them's not coming back. One of them's not coming back for the movie, and that dude sucks.
I hope none of them niggas come back. Well, that's
like something David Goyer or something.
That's the end of the review, man. And bam.
See you next time when Suicide Squad comes out.
If you're curious about what the fuck we're doing in between episodes, please check out our social media accounts, Twitter and Facebook. Also, don't forget to check out the website. Right now it's kind of plain, but in the future we will put up special content. Things you won't get anywhere else but on that website. If you prefer not to watch the episode on YouTube, check out the other alternatives. One is SoundCloud and coming soon is iTunes. Finally, email us with any questions, concerns, or opinions. We will read those emails, probably even on the show. So if you have any questions, have any concerns or opinions, please email us. The address for all these things will be in the video.